So here we are. What is the date today? 17th, 18th? 16th?
Cody's birthday was Thursday the 15th.
16th.
16th Friday, 17th Saturday. Today's the 18th, I think. It's
18th?
Sunday.
Yes,
Sunday in October.
Something, yeah. And I mean, it's got cold all of a sudden. That's why we're all dressed up like...
It's dropped 9 degrees
like the
since
snow
we
is...
left our driveway, garage.
Yes.
The wind's blowing now. It was real pretty this morning.
Yes. Black FRC says, hey, Pastor James. Okay.
Pastor?
Yeah, Pastor James. Hey, I am actually a designated official to do weddings.
Yeah.
So, not a pastor, but I can do weddings. So I'm a licensed ordained minister.
When we had the wedding venue, he would do, if somebody couldn't find a...
Yes. So now I'm preaching you from a different pulpit. This is the doggy pulpit.
Yeah.
Hope we're not preaching. That's not our purpose. Okay, so he says, hearing about murals being able to breed to a mural, since UC Davis has a mural test now to determine what mural numbers the dog has. Don't know about this. We'll do some checking on this. I mean, you know, the common wisdom was you didn't breed a mural to a mural, right? Because you'd get...
deaf or blind puppies.
Deaf or blind puppies. You could do a cryptic mural. A cryptic mural is a mural that tests mural but doesn't show it, and it'll say M, little subject
There's those horses.
Yeah, they're pretty, aren't they? Elizabeth Munson says, I have a question about timing. My girl is acting funny, some swelling, she's humping on my male but not bleeding. Decided to wipe her very light pink discharge. Would you count that as day 1? Then she goes on to say, I took her to the vet, got a progesterone test, and she was a 0.6. So I'm not sure if the pink is day 1. Well, it is day 1. So anytime you can see any kind of a discharge, even if you could put a Q-tip up inside the female and you get pink on it, I count that as day 1. And a progesterone level of 0.6 is definitely at least day 1, because typically a dog that's not in heat will have a progesterone level of less than 0.5. So this is just the beginning. You're going to see this thing start to ramp up. She'll swell up more, probably get more blood flow. So yes, day 1, correct. Can you please tell me what colours you'd get to get the chocolate and tan murals? They are so gorgeous. They are, and I think you're looking at that one with that really pretty dog that has a coat kind of similar to this one, what we call a tweed, where you've got different shades on a base pattern. Anyway, so to get a mural, first thing is one parent has to be mural, not both. One parent has to be mural, which gives you a litter of half murals. Then both dogs have to have the chocolate gene to get chocolates, and that can either be cocoa or the little bee gene, depending on which kind of chocolate we're talking about. And then both dogs have to have a copy of either AT or A. It's 2 ways to get 10 points. You can get ATs at 10 points, or ATAs. Both of those are 10 points, and you can't have any brindle present. So you've got to get everything just right to get it. So you know, realistically, if you really want to get a chocolate and tan mural, obviously both dogs need to have probably chocolate and 10 points, and then you will get it, guaranteed to get it. Otherwise,
our little chocolate and tan mural female is on her way home to up there, the PIT airport.
Pittsburgh. She's on the plane as we're talking, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's such a cute little thing. Love that little.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, she went home yesterday. Oh, yes. And my nanny got a text from the woman that got her and said they're just in love with her and thanked her so much. So that's real nice to thank our nannies, because they work hard.
Yes.
Long, many hours getting your babies to you safe and sound.
And it puts a tear in my eye when I hear that people have got our dogs.
And so my nanny texts me and she says, she's so sweet. She texted me. So remember your nannies to thank them. And a tip wouldn't hurt. I mean, you know, it's up to you if you want to do it. Not to us, to our nannies, because they do. They care for your babies on the way up.
That's why they do this, isn't it?
Yes.
They do like dogs. You've got to like dogs to do that job.
But anyway, our customer with the chocolate and tan female is very excited, very happy about her little girl.
Yeah.
That was fun to her.
And this is a shout out to Nanny Kelly, she is now a nanny, because she's a granny. She's now Granny Kelly, because she's had her first grandchild.
Yeah.
But she is a sweetheart, and she really does care about what she does.
Yes.
And we have never, ever, ever had a problem with the dog being delivered in the best of health, and some of that's a testament to us, but it's also, she's a great person.
Nanny Michael is working today for us with little Eve's puppy.
That's
Leah,
Grandpa Mike.
and that's no, he's not a grandpa.
No.
That little puppy's going to I forget where she's flying
Okay,
to
well, we're getting
now.
off topic here.
Yeah.
So Home 8181 says, I've got a female with a DNA 80, that's 10 points. N Coco, 1 copy of untestable chocolate. Little D, that is a blue dog. Big B, Little B, 1 version of testable chocolate. SN, 1 copy of Pied. What should I breed that dog to? Well, she asked, what's the best stud to use? Well, the answer is the best stud would be an Isabella. New shade. That is a lilac dog that carries both versions of chocolate. And then you would get a litter of some new shade lilacs, some regular lilacs, some Isabellas, and some just straight blues.
I was just excited about my little Merle girls getting to go home.
I know.
And she was another little tweed. Oh, she was a little ball, that one.
Marjorie
Mia.
Fitzgerald says, can you do a video about the intensity gene? Yes, I'm going to do a video just on that today, so look out for that one. Can you use, Monique Henderson says, can you use powdered goat's milk for a puppy who doesn't have milk? Is there enough nutrients in it for proper development, etc.?
It's very good, easy on the tummy.
Yes. So, I mean, think of it this way, powdered goat's milk or natural goat's milk, whatever, raw goat's milk, that's what grows goats. You grow a goat.
Fly.
Yeah, there's a fly in there. So yeah, absolutely. You don't use cow's milk, and the reason you don't use cow's milk is it'll
Hard
give
on
them,
their little tummies.
yeah, it'll give them diarrhea. I mean,
so goat's milk's perfect for any little baby creature that you're having to tube feed or bottle feed. Goat's milk, powdered goat's milk, and you can judge the temperature a lot easier on that too.
David Celicia says, thank you for the helpful videos. I followed your collection of insemination videos to a T. Great, good for you. How do you prevent your dame from peeing after insemination? We let our old English girl outside before we inseminated, good, and then held her up and then put her in a crate. Okay, so, yeah, so, and he asked...
Always real important, like what they did. They let her out to pee before they did this.
They didn't let her out to pee for long enough, is my guess,
probably.
because she peed afterwards.
Yeah.
So they asked, will it affect the insemination? Well, yeah, it likely could. So you don't want the dog peeing. So this is what we do.
Probably if she pees after the insemination, you need to hold her at least, probably, I would say 45 minutes. Turn on your favorite TV program, hold her upside down 5 minutes after you inseminate.
Yeah.
And then put her in the cage and keep your fingers crossed that she doesn't leak that out, because you feel like 45 minutes it's gone in there far enough, maybe.
Not always, though, you're right. So the other thing I'd say about this is put her in a crate in another room where there's no noises with a blanket over it, because that way she'll go to sleep. If she's in a crate with lots of activity going on in the room, she will not lay down. She'll be up on her feet looking around, and that doesn't help the situation at all because of gravity. So you want her to lay down and go to sleep. Put a blanket over the cage, in a dark room, no other noises. Okay, what's happened to mine? If Marjorie Fitzgerald, same woman, asks, if a male consistently throws 80% murals, can you expect the offspring to also throw a high percentage of murals? Would it matter if they were a male or a female from the offspring? Well, I mean, you know, you got lucky, you've got a male that just by chance has produced more murals than not. But I mean, it's a statistical thing, and so unfortunately there is no mural dog that's going to throw on average more murals than any other mural dog. It doesn't work that way. So, you know, either the gene is present or it isn't. It's a 50-50 thing, just like a towing costs up. Just like you know, you could have a, I'm going to be careful I say this, but the answer is no. The answer is you don't have this quite right. You got lucky, but that's all it is. And you can't expect any mural to produce any more females than males or any more murals than not murals. Now, mural coat color, that's a whole different story. So that is something that absolutely isn't under control of the mural. So, you know, these really pretty, we've got a little boy called Picasso, And
he paints them just like Picasso.
He does. He produced these really pretty Harlequins.
That was a perfect name for a little boy.
Yeah, he produces really pretty patterns.
Really
I'm going to do
proud of him.
I'll do
I
a
love
video.
his babies.
Yeah, I did too. I'll do a video just on mural colours. Michael Vasquez, what other dog breeding YouTube channels would you also recommend to me? Well, we're gonna. I mean, this is it, folks. You got to be on this channel here. I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't follow other people. It sounds ignorant. I don't. I'm just so consumed with what we do on this channel that I don't. So I don't know. But I'm sure there's lots of them out there. So I would say go see what works. And if you find one that you like, tell us about it because we'll go check it out. DonnaWhittaker says tension. Somebody had said that they'd seen some tension between Tammy and me.
What?
What?
Again?
No, that other one.
Oh.
So then it said, DonnaWhittaker says tension. What tension? Ha ha! I love it. You two are so funny and cute. I love you. You can tell that Tammy is definitely the boss.
Hey, somebody's got to wear the pants in the family.
Hopefully this message will get read out. We'd love to know what you guys think. Oh well, it was read out, and we respond to just about every single message we get, and not all of them end up here on the video, but most do.
I let James win every once in a while.
Yeah, she does.
Make him feel good.
Christopher Watt says, can a mum still feed on raw, we're talking about raw diet, while pregnant and during whelping weaning stages? And when weaning puppies, can you wean the puppy straight onto raw? So, I did a thing about raw, and I wasn't bashing it, saying that you shouldn't do it, but some people took it that way. We don't feed raw for really, I think, 2 reasons, right? One is laziness. It's so easy. Yes, us.
Not anybody else, us.
Yeah, one is laziness.
I don't even like to talk about this because everybody gets upset.
Well,
we're not against, we don't do it. That doesn't mean y'all don't do it.
I think
it's to each his own again.
One of the things that does worry me about raw is uncooked food, and certainly with humans, uncooked food can produce problems like salmonella. Somebody pointed out that it said that a dog's gut is rather different than a human's gut, and it's set up to handle this. And it's probably true. I mean, dogs eat all kinds of stuff.
They do. Yeah. Out in the wild, they eat raw. So,
it's very rare that you see the hyena on the plane with a camping stove
and the dogs look wonderful
cooking an antelope,
antelope
joint up,
very
right?
Nice and healthy.
Yeah, so I think, each to their own.
Wonderful.
Look, I think that the ones that I would get more concerned about would actually be the babies, because they really don't have quite the immune system that older dogs.
When they're older,
yeah. So my thoughts would be probably not for puppies, but I mean, I promise you, there's people out there doing it with great effect.
Yeah, and the dogs look great.
And those people do it because they swear that it works.
Whatever you're happy with, we're happy.
Yeah. So, oops!
Sorry
I just
about
dropped
that.
everybody. Sorry, we just accelerated on the interstate. Yeah. So, I mean, the point here is, look, there are more than one ways to skin a cat, if you know what I mean, right?
Here.
And certainly what we preach here, we're not, that's the wrong word, we're not preaching. These are recommendations based on what we've done. And we are absolutely not the final authority on any of this stuff. It's just what we have learned from ourselves and from other people through trial and error, through the good and the bad.
Well, hang on.
And we don't feed raw, so we don't have any information as to whether a raw is really one.
We're just lazy about it.
Yeah, right.
Kudos to you that do it.
Yep.
Your dogs look fantastic. They're great. It's to each his own. We're just lazy about it. So
Joseph Rivera says, can I use newmix 2? Newmix 2 as a preventative? If so, how soon can I use it? newmix 2 is a dewormer, very safe for puppies that are anything from 2 weeks to 6 weeks old. It's not, you don't just give it when they've got worms. You do use it as a preventative. You give it every 2 weeks. At 2 weeks, 4 weeks, and 6 weeks, you give newmix 2 if you're smart. And then after that, you probably move to something a bit stronger, like fendobendazole or Safeguard. And again, do it every 2 weeks until your puppies leave home. And that way, you've got a very good chance of them not being infected.
Yep.
Okay.
And when you're giving your puppy shots, the 5-in-1, please make it. I know there's some people that do it every 2 weeks. Don't do every 2 weeks. Do 3 weeks apart from your from 6 to 9 to 12 to 15. Make sure it's got at least 3 weeks in between it. If you do it 2 weeks apart on your puppy shots, it's not going to work.
I need to do a video on this, don't I?
Yeah,
as to why this is. It's kind of funny.
3 weeks apart. You can go all the way up to 4 weeks apart, but 3 weeks is good.
if you skip a vaccination, you've got to start all over again.
Oh, yeah. Well, and my vet will tell me that if they've been given shots every 2 weeks, they might as well just start it over again. So, please keep your shots, your puppy shots, the 5-in-1, 3 weeks apart.
So then there's a whole thing about what shots do you give. There's 5-in-1, there's 7-in-1, there's one that we've got distemper, the one's got kennel cough. We need to have a conversation about all this. We will do a separate video.
Has the kennel cough.
Yes.
And
I breed large dogs. This is ABA basketball. I breed large dogs, Rottweilers. Do you have a recommendation on how to set up a whelping box using your products for large breeds such as Rottweilers? So we can build our heated system for any size box you can come up with. I don't care how big it is. I mean, it could be 10.
Well, you're even doing it on the swimming pool.
We're even making round ones these days. Exactly.
You might hang on to that
So we can build it for any size you want. So for a Rottweiler, typically you want a 4 foot by 4 foot, 48 inch by 48 inch. You can buy those Dura whelps and Easy whelps and use our system on the bottom of it. You can build your own. There's Quick Whelp. Is somebody who uses our products. They are. I'm getting worried there. They're really nice. Okay. So, all right, we're at 16 minutes. I'm surprised we've got any of you still watching us at this point. So we're fixing to go eat a nice brunch with our daughter and boyfriend.
So, mybreedersupply.com, and then Love My Pups, LOVE, and we're Central Time. For puppies, dial 580-799-1910. Remember, we're Central Time.
You don't have any puppies right now, do you?
No, okay. But we're hopefully going to have fluffies. Visual fluffies.
Visual fluffies coming in.
James' website, phone number 580-799-2873. Puppies, 580-799-1910. And Central Time.
So thanks for watching, folks. Be nice to your doggies. Have a great weekend. See you all later. Bye.